All right, so I got some opinions. And my first one is Light Yagami. So here I am watching Death Note, and I know that I'm a few decades too late. um, but I'm sitting here watching Death Note, and like when I was in high school, when I was in middle school, Death Note was all the rage. When it first came out, everybody was flocking to it, right? Except for me, I didn't really like at the time. I didn't know what it was about. I was watching other animes like Lucky Star and stuff like that, and I didn't see the appeal. I was too much into like Magic Girls to ever watch Death Note or stuff like that. But I got around to watching it. So, you know what, before I get into that, let me tell you what happened after I got done watching the series. So I got done watching the series and I was like, okay, yeah, it was nice. Let me see what people are saying. Now I can finally watch the would light be able to catch A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like all those other crap that you would see on YouTube, but I wanted to see what people were saying about it because I had my own opinions in my head after the entire show was like done, but I decided to go and like see what other people were saying, right? So I see all of these things saying, "Oh, Light was the bad guy. Light was the bad guy." And I'm about to crash out. I'm about to crash out. So tell me why. Like, why do you think Light was the bad guy? Okay, so you're telling me that he was the worst guy to pick up the Death Note. So he could have done anything with that Death Note. He could have killed his rivals. Well, he did, but like, I mean, like straight out the gate, like with no other. He could have been like, you remember the scene with like the businessmen all at the round table? He could have been like that. He could have chose ultimate money. He could have eliminated everybody in his wake. He could have had the most dark, decrepit doings with the Death Note, but no. So his goal was to kill all the criminals. How is that evil? Last time I checked, people who were going out killing criminals were the good guys. So I don't understand why everybody is writing him off as the bad guy. And then, oh, you can point to what Nier said. Oh, we don't let murderers or blah, blah, blah go free. Sometimes they do. Like, if you look at this day and age, there are, like, people, like, even look at Diddy. Like, he only got 4 years. And I remember watching, like, the musical, Death Note, the musical, and it put that, like, right there. Like, that was the point. Like, do you know how many evil people in this world go free? Like, if you're famous or have money, and power, like you just walk free, like consequence free. But Light is over here saying, nah, man, you got to get that justice. But he's the bad guy? What? I feel like he could have done any other thing with that, but he chose that route. Okay, you can make an argument. He is a sociopath. He's office rocker. He is crazy. Okay. Does he have moments where he's a little, a little office rocker? Sure. But don't we all? Like, don't we all? Like, whenever we have a goal and somebody is messing up that goal for the greater good, I would crash out too. I would lose my mind too. If I'm over here trying to put criminals away for good, I'd crash out too. Do you want to know one thing that will stop reoffenders? The death penalty. So, if he is cleaning up the streets, no more rapes ever again, no more murders ever again. Wars stopped. Wars stopped. But he's the bad guy. Like, crime was on, and there was something that Nier had said. He was like, oh, everybody worships him, but they'll steer clear off his path, blah 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 blah. No, bro, no, we're not cheering for him in the sidelines, just hoping he doesn't come past, because he only kills criminals. I'm not a criminal. There ain't nothing I gotta worry about. If I cross paths with him, there ain't nothing I gotta worry about. I don't say nothing, don't do nothing to him. Hello, sir. How are you doing today? All right, have a great day. Like, no, I don't gotta worry about not one thing. I didn't rob a bank. I wasn't accused of crime. I wasn't in that life. So there ain't nothing I gotta be scared of. So that statement right there, that statement is ludicrous. That statement's crazy. It is crazy. And I also watched a retrospect, I guess. Not really a retrospect, but it was another guy defending Light. And he made a very good point. Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, like, with that vacuum of power? So you're sitting here saying, okay, well, you don't want him to kill criminals, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do to replace him? I don't see no social programs. I don't see anything to where you are helping the public with crime. You're basically saying, oh, there's a guy who's killing criminals, let's kill him, so crime can increase. To me, that's evil. So you're killing the guy who's killing criminals, and you're just gonna let, crime increase. Okay, you're the evil one. So you're saying that little girl who got assaulted, oh, just screw her then. At least she had a guardian angel with Kira. At least she had like some hope that something was gonna get done. But now nothing. Well, of course, they could catch the guy, put him in prison, stuff like that. But still, like, he still gets out. Like, have you seen the Japanese justice system? He'll still get out in like probably not even 2 years, probably in a few months. I don't get it. I don't get how people are like, Light is the bad guy. Like, he is literally doing the most justice. Like, whole wars stopped. But he's the bad guy? I don't know. The math just ain't mathin' for me. Listen, he could have done anything with that death note. Anything. But he chose to kill criminals. Okay. And I thought, like, what would I do with the death note? And I would take the exact same path. Like, I would kill criminals. But apparently I'd be the bad guy. And I wonder who's pushing that message, honestly. Like, I wonder who's pushing that message. And there are going to be people like, oh, there were the people, they weren't even convicted. They were just suspected. Okay, so don't be suspected of doing a crime. And even besides that, if you know that he's only killing people on the news and stuff like that, don't make it public. Like, and that should be common courtesy. Like, if you don't have all of the details, all of the information, don't put put people's names out there saying, oh yeah, this guy is suspected of doing this crime. Like, no, like, prove that first before you ruin somebody's life. So yeah, that's gonna make them think about reform too, because they're gonna actually try and prove that they're guilty before they put their face and stuff all over the news. So hey, I mean, double justice, poetic justice, double justice there. So I don't see any downsides. I wouldn't want to live in a world like that. And people are like, oh, they were planning on killing all the lazy people. No, Light never said that. That was probably, I forgot his name. He was my favorite too. He was I loved him, but I forgot his name. But he was saying that he was gonna kill all the lazy people, because he thought that was Light's plan. But if you look throughout if you look through season 1, he never said that. He said good, kind. He wants a world for good, kind people. He literally said that in season 1, or like the first book. Like, he never said that. So people freaking out about, oh, he's gonna kill lazy people. Calm down. Okay, so let's say he does kill lazy people. What type of laziness are we talking about? Now, I do agree that it is immoral to kill somebody simply because they are lazy. But if we go back to the ancient world, if you didn't work, you didn't eat. So do I think you should die because of that? No, I do not. But I'm just saying I see where the logic in that stands, even though that is pretty immoral. Because, I mean, you can't reasonably, justify who is lazy and who isn't. So, yeah, that was my crash out.